What's up everybody, and welcome back to my second episode of Don't Starve Together. I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. I'm having a good day. So what I've done so far, I've just logged in and I've opened up a little bit of the map. I didn't want to do too much without you guys because today we are going to be focusing on base building. Now the video is not going to be as long as the last video. The only reason why I wanted to do that is do the video that long is because I wanted to show you guys the type of settings. I wanted to add the settings and everything in with it, but yeah, these videos are not going to be that long. So yeah, I'm just gonna I left Chester here. I'm just gonna talk while I do this because it is winter tomorrow and it's very important that I do this now. I wanted to centralize this the base a bit more. We've chosen a really big area. I do want to be close to these roads. We are going to be building our iron roads later, but for now we're going to use these default roads to run on, because if we do need to run away from things like Diiqqiidy or hounds just that little bit faster, at least we can. So what I'm doing right now is what I like to call committing willow. I'll grab this while I'm at it. It's just kind of a bit of a joke that we joke around with. The reason for this being, I want to make more crock pots. I do have one pre-crafted at the moment, but I do need more charcoal. Ideally, it's good to do this in winter just because it keeps us warm, but like I said, I want to get a lot of this done as quickly as possible. And if that means doing it in autumn, it'll be great, because I do want to do some boss fighting during winter, first winter, especially Klaus, because I want to hopefully have a chance of getting a Krampus sack. Now a Krampus sack is just like a backpack. It is a backpack, but you have more inventory slots. And yes, it is the new update at the moment. A lot of content creators, YouTubers, Twitch streamers have covered about new updates. I'm not really going to be one of those type of content creators. I want to show you guys my playthrough. Not saying that those videos are bad. I highly recommend them. Demon Rebuilt's been making some really good playthrough guides, and then you've got other content creators as well who do some really great videos on how to do specific things and Don't Starve Together. But this series really is initially just my style of how I play, because like I said in the previous video, a lot of you wanted to know how I make mega bases and do all the things that I do. So here we are. We're here making this video. But what I want to do, I want to try and centralize where I want to put things. So campfire goes right in the middle, and then next we want to do our alchemy engine. Initially, this is what I visually see because of this white line, this white square, the white line square line. Right here is going to be our center. See how it changes the different squares? That's going to be our dead center of the whole mega base. And then I'm going to be doing two wide pathways. So I want to make an area for crafting, an area for a kitchen. And it's currently night time, and tomorrow is going to be winter. So I will be switching over to the winter music as soon as it changes over. But we're here, we're gonna start pre-crafting. Oh, we're gonna start laying down our whole base. I want to also centralize this in the middle of that white square. So now the base is going to be messy for quite a while. So we do need to keep an eye, especially during spring. It's going to be messy throughout spring as well. But this part right now is really important. I want to make a pitchfork, because now we can dig up the turf. So with Charlie, you can either let Charlie take a little bit of light out of our fire, but we don't want to do that because we'll be wasting resources. So that's Charlie that makes that noise. That's a big warning to let you know that she's about to wreck your face. So yeah, you do have enough time to run out into the darkness and then run back. So yeah, don't be nervous to take those out. Just run until you hear her disappear and then just run back into the light. If you don't feel safe, feel free to use any means necessary of light. But yes, like I said, I'm going to be talking, doing a bit of cutscenes, speeding up and whatnot, just to speed up the process. Like I said, I don't want a big video. It's definitely not going to be nearly 2 hours long anyway. Yeah, so now what I'm doing is I'm making a plus. I actually learned this technique from the Dark Lord. He also streams on Twitch as well. Plays a lot of different games, not just Don't Starve Together. But yes, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have learned to make a base layout like this. And now I'm not the type of DST player that builds to make pretty bases. I suck at making pretty bases in this game, I totally admit. And the hounds are coming, so I'm gotta be careful. Yeah, I make bases out of convenience. I don't build to make them look pretty. I try to, and we probably are gonna be trying to build pretty things in this playthrough as well. So because it's early days, the hounds you do get more and more hounds as you go, but right now it's our second hound wave, so we don't have to worry. So until they come, I'm just gonna keep digging up the pathways. Initially I want to do a 4x4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is gonna be our pathway. Don't worry, I'm gonna be destroying those and bringing them to base very shortly. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now that's our pathway there. And it's going to be a 2 wide 4x4. Like so. And I want to do the same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be nervous of the hounds. It's good not to be near base during hounds, but like I said, since it's early days, you don't have to worry. Move away. 3 hits. And this is with a Wigrid. Wigrid you can tank at least 1 hit, so it's totally fine. It's totally normal. So we're just going to continue with the base now. That's it. That's all the hounds. So this is going to be a solo base, obviously. So I'm not going to be making it ridiculously, like a ridiculous amount of building. Usually the first day is fine, you won't be over freezing. That was the outside of the screen, that was just a little warning. But we should be making a thermal stone. So a thermal stone initially is just one pickaxe. I usually, when I try and build things like thermal stones, I won't make a fresh thermal stone. If I have a pickaxe lying around that's got low durability, I'll definitely use that. But yes, I do have skins for that. That's a classic skin right there. But I have the Metamorphosed Flame. It was actually the first drop skin. So for those that don't know, the drops for Don't Starve Together are Twitch drops. You link your Clay account to your Twitch account. I will be leaving the link in the description below. So if you click that link, log in with your Steam or whatever platform you use. Go to user info on the top left. Go to linked accounts and then link your Clay with your Twitch account. You watch a Twitch streamer that has drops enabled. It'll tell you underneath the title of their stream that it says a nice big green writing, drops enabled. You watch the streamer for 30 minutes. For the first, it's not a skin, I am pretty sure it's an icon, which is that. So yeah, that's that. And then 2 hours you get the background skin, and then 6 hours, which is currently the telelocator stuff. So yeah, if you guys want some extra cool skins to play in this game, like have a cool thermal stone skin, like so, make sure your drops are enabled. Now while it's nighttime, we can actually carry on. We can go into the darkness a little bit. 2, 3, 4, and then on 5. That's where we want to dig up. Now one thing about the turf that I'm actually digging up, we can use the turf for fuel, to keep us warm during the first winter, because the first winter is the first year in Don't Starve Together is always quite rough. Grab a bit of food. Now I don't want to overdo it, because if I cooked all of that now, all of it's probably gonna lose its durability. So I just do bits at a time, try not to be too greedy. Just only grab what you need. But yes, as soon as it hits daytime, we are gonna carry on. But yeah, I can explain some things that's been added into the game lately. It's the same with the mods. I'll show you how the mods work as we go, as we use them. But yes, one really cool feature about Don't Starve Together that's been added in the last update is the game now has quick drop, which is really good for PC users. We've been using the quick drop mod for Don't Starve Together. Now it's in base game. We don't really, as much as we've really loved using quick drop mod, it's no longer required. But much props to the mod creator for letting us use that mod. But yes, as now we have this all laid out, I'm gonna dig up the rest of this turf, and then I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so now that we have that out of the way, I'm getting kind of nervous with these spider nests around. I may need to destroy them, but that's fine. So now that we have those down, we know where our crafting area is going to be, which is obviously here. I do want to have chests pretty close together, so on the opposite side of the pathways we could add chests to expand the base in those areas. So where these trees are, they could be destroyed, and then that could be a chest area. I don't really like having chests or farming areas really close to the center of base, because if we need to run through the center of base because we have a Beerger or a Diiqqiidy chasing us, I don't want Diiqqiidy or Beerger to destroy any of our structures, especially important ones like chests and our kitchen or our farming stuff. Kitchen stuff I don't mind so much, it's mainly the chests, because quite frankly it's a real pain in the ass to put all those resources into new chests. So I do want to make this area a nice little area where we can put our chests, or a nice big area, and then we can later on expand further out. So what I want to do now is not only get more fuel for our fires, but we can also expand on the base. All of this is going to be replaced by cobblestone later on down the track. I will be showing you how to craft it a bit later, but early stages it's not really a necessity to get cobblestone roads done as fast as possible. It's just a good layout to have. Also, I do want to get it done before the snow actually hits the ground, otherwise we won't be able to see. I also want to visualize where we want to have our kitchen area. So that also includes farms and stuff like that. So I'm going to be expanding out a little bit. It's not going to be squared with a 4x4 with the berry bushes. Well, the turkey farm in general. We just want to get a rough estimation on how square it's going to be. But because we have this cave entrance pretty close to our base, I don't think I'll be opening that cave entrance. I might open it later by accident. So we might just put the kitchen here. Now I'm quite aware where the kitchen's going to be. We can start on building our kitchen, plus because of our food as well. So first thing, usually when you make a kitchen like this, because we did a 4x4 like so, we find our center just like the campfire or the fire pit, like so. Now this is quite hard and you have to be quite precise even with geometric placement. Next I'll grab the crock pot, and then I'll expand it out. Now I want to go right on the edge and I want it to be in line with our icebox. So that'll be our second one. Next crock pot. Same thing. I want it to be in line with our icebox, but this time we're going to do it on the left side. Now there's many different methods of doing this. Like I've seen some people using mini signs and doing the icebox last. This is just my method. It's pretty easy. It's really... Let me make some food really quickly. Now our food is spoiling, so I'm just gonna make a meaty stew. Yeah, there's a lot of methods to doing this. It's just the way I do it. Now I don't want to be dropping things on the ground that moleworms or pigs could be eating, so I will be using Chester for now until we build our chests. I do need to go and get some more stone though. That is really important right now. A lot of people get mad with Wigrid. A lot of Wigrid mains get mad when I make meaty stews like this, because Wigrid actually caps at 120 for her hunger, and meaty stews, they give, as you can see, 150 hunger. So that plus 30 difference triggers a lot of people. That's fine. It's totally fine. If you've got a good food source around you. Like, some people see this as danger. Me as a Wigrid main, I see this as food. So I do have these areas here which are hounds, and then we've got our spiders. To me, that's food. That's meatballs. I'm a Wigrid main. We probably would be finding ice pretty close by to base, so ice you can use as a filler for meatballs. You can also use cactus, or you might find some extra berry bushes around, carrots, even the birch trees if you cook a birch nut. Now the recipes do vary. That is not the only way to make a meaty stew. You can also try and save as much meat as possible. I'm gonna cook this because it's about to rot. Yeah, and now with the new update, there is the lovely cookbook, which is quite neat. I like to call it the Pokedex, because it pretty much does the same thing, but with food and don't stuff together. But yeah, we're pretty close to Dragonfly. Yeah, what I want to do is grab more stone, continue building our kitchen. It should be pretty passive. Actually, I do want to save as much stone as possible for Dragonfly. So I think I'll actually go to the rock biome. I try and save these rock boulders here for Dragonfly. I'll be going through that, and we'll be fighting him as soon as I can. But yeah, right now I'm gonna go and get some stone. I might just go up to the rock biome. Yeah, and I'll bring you guys right back. Alright, now that we are back, I also forgot to mention to you guys, if you have a thermal stone, if you have a red hot thermal stone, they do have durability, and because we have Show Me, it shows us the temperature of our thermal stone. When we stand next to a fire pit or a campfire or any type of warmth, even these magma pools here, they get hotter and it keeps us warm. I usually like keeping it right at the end, because at least I know exactly where my thermal stone is. If it disappears and I see an empty slot like that, I know it's run out of durability. Now you can repair these with sewing kits, which is located here. Or you can use Winona's tape if you have a Winona, or if you're using a Winona. Also, these little presents here on the top left, if you stand next to a science machine or an alchemy engine, you can open these presents, which initially gives you more skins. And you can use now or use later. Use later is pretty much skip, but we can have a look, and because we have this going on, we're not sure what it looks like. That's what it looks like. You can confirm outfit later on. You can unravel them to get more spools to purchase more different types of skins, pretty much skins that you want, but I'm not going to be doing that today. Now, I did shoot over to the Mosaic biome. There was some extra items that I grabbed as well, like pig skin, and I will be showing you later on down the track what I'll be using that for. But right now I want to focus on completing these crock pots. Now the next one that I usually go for is this one here. That one there. There's usually 2 dots in this layout. I always go for the outside one, because then it gives us room to put one on the outside on this side. And plus it'll make it nice and even. Then I'll be doing the same on this side. Now I do need one more crock pot. So I'm just going to grab some more charcoal. I do want to get this out of the way. Pick up this rot for later. Definitely going to need more. Now in an emergency, during winter, initially all you need is the thermal stone. But in an emergency, you can just commit willow. I do need an axe, which I have. And like I said, I'm only just going to grab what I need, making sure I don't burn anything else around that's important, like that mandrake. I usually go for singular trees like this. I try not to go for bundles, because sometimes out of screen there might be something important, like a pig house. So yeah, all I need is 6 charcoal for one more crock pot. I'll leave that there for later. I also grabbed some ice, because ice is a really good filler, especially in winter. Now, because monster meat is not good to eat, as you can see, you lose sanity and health if you eat it raw. If you eat it cooked, it's not as bad in case of emergencies. It's best to cook the monster meat, but like I said, that's in case of emergencies. But at the moment we can use this. If I do hold shift and push left click, it'll put it into the ice box. If I shift and left click again, it'll go into the crock pot. But now I want to try and save as much meat as possible, so I'm gonna do 1 meat and 3 ice. I know it's a weird recipe and we would not use it like that in real life. Doesn't matter if it's early game, mid game, end game. Meatball is a really good recipe to have. As you can see, 62 hunger, 5 sanity, and 3 extra health, and it spoils in 12.9 days. which means you can travel around and explore for quite a while before you actually have to go and make some more. We do need a stick, just one stick. And yes, I do apologize for saying stick and rocks and stones. I do play other survival games like Ark Survival Evolved, obviously, and I can't see anything. Ark Survival Evolved and 7 Days to Die. So yeah, I do apologize if I say the incorrect terms. Just bear with me. But yeah, now that we have this completed, make sure that's on the outside dot. We can test to see if all the crock pots can be accessed while we have the icebox open, which they do. And it's going to help us later on down the track to build a multiple amount of things. We're going to be doing that later. Things like pierogies, the new recipes, jelly salad, which is really good for sanity. This is the craft pot mod. It shows us the different types of recipes, what resources we need to make it, and it also shows what those foods give. So for instance, yeah, let's say this puree, creamy potato puree, like it shows the recipes here, like roasted potatoes. You can either use roasted potatoes or and garlic, or just normal potatoes or roasted garlic. There's no particular order that's exact. Like I said, there's multiple different ways of making the same meal with different orders of ingredients. So I do recommend Craftpot if you want to learn the different types of recipes and don't starve together. And I just realized I used the log. But now that our kitchen is laid out, we do want to add more to it later on. Actually, we do have that. Like this, which is the bird cage. Now I want it slightly out of the way, but I do want it within this area. I won't do it on the outside because I do want to put Fling-O-Matics there for later, so I'll put it on the inside corner. Like so. Now all this grass is going to be replaced with carpet later on down the track, because in spring meaty bulbs like to spawn on turfed areas, not so much things like rock turf and cobblestone or scaled flooring. But I'll be showing you guys that stuff later. So now we can save this for spring, because nothing really grows in winter. Well, things like grass tufts or berry bushes or even stuff in improvised farms, it won't let you place anything. It's not ideal for mushroom planters either, because if you put mushrooms in a mushroom planter, they actually turn the mushrooms into rot. Now if you already have mushrooms in the mushroom planters before winter, it's usually as soon as the snow hits the ground, that's when your mushrooms will turn into rot. Yeah, do be aware before the snow hits the ground that your mushrooms are in the mushroom planters, so it's a good idea to pick them before the snow actually does touch the ground. And I usually just grab the amount of mushrooms that I have, or the amount of mushroom planters that I have. So say I have 6 mushroom planters, I'll save 6, bundle wrap them, and then leave them for the mushroom planters for after winter. Now that we've got fillers, we've got ice, we've laid out nearly everything that we've pre-crafted. That's not really important. Like I said, things that do grow in winter, which is really helpful to have, is stone fruit. So it's totally up to you if you want to spend your first autumn looking for Lunar Island. Now I'm pretty confident that we can place these berry bushes down, because we can slightly see where our pathway is. We can see the edge of our pathway, and because we have geometric placement, we can actually see where it squares off. So here's our L shape here. There's our 2 wide pathway. 2 wide pathway. We can start placing our berry bushes. Usually I like to do a 2 wide. We'll center it off. Like so. Now I try and save as much space as possible. And plant them really close together. If we are not happy with it later on down the track, we can just change it. And what I'm building right now is actually our turkey farm, so this is pretty much our this is our first farm. It does need to be straight. We can leave this for now. What we can start doing is gain more sanity for crafting. Also, I need to build fences, which I need twigs for. Alright, I'm gonna go get some more twigs and I'll be right back. Alright, so I did have to scour the area. I just went to twiggy trees, saplings. A bit out of our range, but yeah, now that we do have more twigs, and I grabbed a bit more cut grass. Yeah, what we do specifically want is wood fences and wood walls. It's just pretty much a convenient indicator. I will show you why very shortly. I want to be using specific type of skins. It's good having specific type of skins. To help clarify specific things. No, I don't need wood. Drop that there, and I have some of that there, which is good. Now I just need one more rope. Build wood walls. Now it is Diiqqiidy night tomorrow, so I do need to be cautious. Now what I want to do is do that. Now if you find difficulties placing like this, you can like move your character up and your mouse down. like so. Otherwise, if you try and build close like this, it's going to be really hard to find where it says build fence. You can rotate your screen like this to make life a lot more easier. Now I do want to do 6 fences and 2 wood walls. So now I need to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 extra. Let's double check it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 extra. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1 extra. Exactly where this mandrake is. I'm gonna pick this mandrake. Oh, now he's gonna annoy the crap out of me. So I need to do another 6, 12. And then I want to do double gates here. And then 2 more here, and then 2 more on this side. So 14 more. I'm sorry, little buddy, but he's just gonna keep following me around, and he's the most adorable thing. But after a while, when you're trying to make a YouTube video, he's annoying as hell. Now, you're not going to be able to build the whole entire base with what we have all in one go. There are other things you need to be cautious of. Like tomorrow, which is Diiqqiidy. Now he's going to do this until the next day. So yeah, don't fret on not making grass gecko farms or getting your saplings down. It is winter. It's not gonna grow, so don't even worry about it. Instead focus on other things like gathering more wood or more logs. So yeah, I was supposed to mention before, if you have a red hot thermalston like this, it will give you a bit of light to protect you from Charlie, so it's totally fine. It's when it turns yellow or back to normal color, you should be worried. As soon as it's daytime, he's gonna bury himself. You can have these little fireflies too to protect you. See, now he's out of the way. I'm not really worried about Diiqqiidy, but I do want to save him for the next episode. So, in saying that, I'm going to end the video here. But yeah, quick reflection. This is pretty much all you need to worry about when you're first making your base. Making sure that you're topped up on resources, it helps because it saves you time. Gives you more time to do more things later on. But yeah, base location, very important. Mapping out your base, knowing that we have food close by, which is nice. Yeah, map's all mapped out. It's looking good. I feel like this is gonna be a good mega base. Still not happy with the wormhole placements, but it's fine. It's all a part of the regen process. But anywhoozles guys, I'm going to call it there for today. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed the content, please like. If you haven't subscribed already, feel free to do so. And if you want to be notified when I upload my next video, make sure the notification bell is on. But yes, I hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, night, wherever you are in the world. Please be safe in these times. Wear a mask, hydrate, make good choices. Yeah, and I'll see you in the next episode. Good night, everybody. Bye.